Here he is, folks, a true renaissance man, the future UFC Hall of Famer, Daniel Cormier. So, father of two, high school wrestling coach, two-division UFC champion. But it wasn't enough to just be in the game. Now you're commentating your own walkout, DC.
It's magic. It's magic, John. I am now add magician to my list of accomplishments as I walk to the octagon, at the same time calling the walk to the octagon. And I must say, of all the octagon walks, this has to be the best one that I've seen. Look how good looking. Tucks his shirt into his pants, and tucks his pants into his socks. What a fashion statement Daniel Cormier makes as he walks to the octagon.
And people who really know you know how much humility there is underneath those 235 plus pounds. But what you have accomplished in mixed martial arts is not going to be duplicated by a lot of individuals. With boxing, catching up to the wrestling. Shout out to Rosendo Sanchez, Javier Mendez, Bob Cook, everybody else. You have really become one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and put that status on the line yet again here tonight.
Thank you, John. You're so sweet.
Well, it's always tough when you draw that high-level wrestler who has a lifetime of experience in a one-on-one competitive situation. Prevailing wisdom is he'll have the wrestling advantage in this one too.
As his dad said, the moment he introduced him to the sport, he knew that he was made to be a wrestler. The kid slept in his headgear. He only wants to wrestle, and by doing that, he puts you in danger. He's constantly in your face, constantly trying to dig at your gas tank. He goes from transition to transition, single to double to high crotch. It does not matter the attack, he just knows that he will give you so much to process in terms of the wrestling that eventually he will get you to the ground.
You ever sleep in your headgear?
I sleep in my headgear.
All the time?
All the time.
All right, big one for him here tonight. Let's get to it. Our tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening. And now for the official introductions, the veteran voice of the octagon is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC light heavyweight champion, the former UFC heavyweight champion, and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, Daniel D.C. Cormier. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC light heavyweight champion and the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, the People's Champ, Tito Ortiz.
And there's Herb Dean, who will handle the action inside the octagon.
Good.
All right, going to be interesting to see how Tito Ortiz chooses to attack here early on in this one. At least on paper, he figures to have a lot of advantages. Let's see how he chooses to approach the early go. Tito gets caught with that punch. Got to shore up the defense here. Oh, huge kick. Nicely done here in the early going with the takedown. Cormier's in half guard now.
Getting them out here. He's got to start throwing down.
Well, working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by DC. Inside the closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat? He passes the half.
Oh, nice combination of ground and pound here by DC. Oh, big shots from the top.
Oh, nice. And another one. Another strike from the top lands for him. In the half guard.
Now inside the closed guard.
And he's going to try to find ways to pass and move to a submission.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Cormier. A lot of top pressure being applied here. Cormier's right back to the full mount here. 3 minutes and counting to go here in round one. Tito's in half guard.
Oh, right into mount.
Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Cormier.
He's very accurate in the ground and pound, and it's showing because he's landing so consistently. Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
So the crowd absolutely loving it as these fighters work their way back to the feet.
The fighters are back to their feet now, and they can take in the applause because they deserve it after that grappling exchange.
Big hook. Well, we've already got too many Rosendo Sanchez boxing shout-outs in the game, but certainly your jab is working tonight, Shane.
I mean, the jab is working beautifully. Okay, let's go Javier Mendez.
There you go.
This is a credit to Javier Mendez and the great mind, a.k.a. legend, that have showed me how to use that jab so efficiently. He passes to half guard.
Oh, great reversal to top position by DC.
This work, I'll stand this up. You need to work.
All right, well, he's got him softened up here.
Nice.
Now drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound. There it is. Now he's going to mount. He's got to be careful here.
Oh!
He did a great job of reversing the position, using the opening that his opponent gave him to shut him off and get back up.
Well, he continues to stay busy, and he continues to land with volume punches here.
I mean, volume, but he's not wasting anything. He's so accurate out there. Oh, nice straight jab there by Ortiz.
45 seconds to go here in round one. Oh, nice punch from the clinch by Tito. Oh, they're trading huge shots here. We'll see who's the last man standing. And now that jab starting to get established.
Great timing on that double leg. Now he's going full mount.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Cormier's in half guard.
Great shot from the top position.
All right, we'll see if he can apply pressure inside his opponent's guard here, DC. Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through. 5 minutes in the books.
Beautiful, beautiful. Everything is going beautifully. Your wrestling is too good for him. He can't stop you. You're going to go out there and keep doing it.
All right, DC, let's look at some of the highlights from the last round. Lots for the replay guys to choose from.
Yeah, man, these guys stood on a quarter in the middle of the octagon. Take one to give one. Over and over, each guy landed, and they both landed very well over the course of that first round.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round two. All right, here we go with our next round, and how about the striking display in that previous round? He found a lot of openings upstairs, and when we sat down with him on Thursday, he said this dude doesn't move his head, and largely that's how it's played.
That's exactly how he thought it would be, and it's exactly what he's seeing early in the fight. Opponent's not moving his head, and he's more than happy to connect over and over with those 1-2.
Busy as he looks to improve position here.
He passed the half guard.
Ortiz is back in full mount.
Right to side control, yep. He needs to try to get to a half guard at least. At minimum, try to go to half guard. Hitting the mount here. He's doing a really good job putting himself in position.
Oh, postures up and delivers a big ground and pound strike to the head. Nicely done there by Tito. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here, and he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
3 minutes and change to go in round 2. On his back now, he's going for the rear naked choke. Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, gives up on the submission now.
Well, he had it tight, John, but then he decided to keep the dominant position by giving it up.
Oh, reverses the position now. Outstanding work on the ground. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Working in half guard here, making these shots count. Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
Ortiz has got the full mount.
And look at him attacking the arm triangle on the other side. He's gonna lock him down, try to pass all the way across his body. Once he gets across, he will start to drop his chest to the mat and chase the finish.
Oh, look pretty tight, but he gives up on the submission.
Right to the knee on belly.
This is some exhausting work, man.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling, expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
The ground strikes starting to pile up.
That was a slick transition.
Tito's back in full mount.
This is where he wants to be.
Under a minute to go. Cormier's in half guard. Continuing to work out of the half guard. All right, feet on the hips here.
Oh, right into mount. I mean, way to stay aware and stay safe defensively.
Under 20 seconds now to go. Ortiz is right back to the full mount. Oh, what a moment there as they make their way back to the feet. Crowd may be drunk, but they're absolutely loving it.
Yeah, the crowd loves the stand-up fight. So all that grappling wasn't what they wanted to see. They're back up on their feet now, and they're popping for it. They're excited.
You're being controlled on the ground here. If he gets the takedown, I need you to put your feet on his hips immediately and push off. Don't rest until you're back up on your feet.
All right, now we check out some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about the display of striking?
Just high level. I mean, you would think that we're watching a K1 level kickboxing match opposed to being in the UFC. Both displayed great technical skills, unbelievable striking.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Nice block and the follow-up counter with the jab. Swing and a miss with that punch by Ortiz. Somehow, his opponent stayed upright.
I mean, he's still on his feet, but he's not up by much.
While that overhand big weapon form throughout his career, it's been there all night. Look for him to go back to it here.
He gets to the single collar tie. Look at the wear on his opponent by pulling the head down and punching with the free hand.
Oh, how good is that jab by Cormier? Nice. Nicely done. Well, why fix what's not broken? Why not go right back to that overhand here again? Cormier's cheek looks like it's cut here, starting to bleed a little bit now. All right, they're engaging a single collar tie. And now leather being thrown on both sides.
Oh, nice level change. Oh, he passes the half guard now. And he's not posturing to land punches, so look for a submission attempt. This man is landing brutal ground and pound.
All right, working inside the closed guard now. Cormier's going for a choke.
That guillotine is very tight.
Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed.
Right into side control.
Look at him attack that arm triangle on the opposite side. When it's time to finish, he will lock his hands, pass his body all the way to the opposite side, drop his chest to get all the way down.
Oh, somehow he got out.
That was beautiful. Look at how he brought his hips up in the air, used his momentum to swing himself back to his chest being facing the mat. What a beautiful display of submission defense. He hasn't moved on the bottom, and now he's starting to swell.
Oh, he's got his back. And very effective with the ground and pound. Ortiz is really pressing the issue now, and he's got his opponent's belly flat on the mat. We have crossed the midpoint of this fight.
Now he's got good body position, yup.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape.
Good job being a threat off your back and not allowing your opponent to get comfortable.
Tito's right back to the full mount here. All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position, and you see this fighter today loves it too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you keep a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest.
Back to the feet. He missed with that jab attempt there. What an absolutely crazy knockout here, and that's going to be a hard knockout from which to recover for his opponent, but the celebration is on. One of the biggest wins in his UFC career.
Massive win for this young fighter. He got the knockout victory. What a performance.
All right, let's get it inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 41 seconds of the third round. Declaring the winner by knockout, the People's Champ, Tito Ortiz.
Well, the celebration is on for Tito Ortiz after another big win here tonight. I thought he put all the skills together beautifully, and when the lights shine the brightest, this is a fighter who throughout his career has had a knack for rising to the occasion. Tito Ortiz does it yet again here tonight.